is going on, fam? Thank you very much for tuning in. Today, we're going to be discussing on how I was able to self-publish my ebook. But before we get into today, make sure you hit that subscribe button or leave a comment at the end. So one of the things that the reason why I wrote my book, my ebook, which is going to become a paperback soon once I get everything in order, and it'll probably become an audiobook too. I don't know yet, but one of the reasons why I created my book was because I was a broken record player, and I was broken record player syndrome, and it was something that I needed to get off my chest because I screwed up. If you want to watch the book summary video, I'll put the link down in the description. But today we're going to do the back end of how I actually created the book start to finish. The first thing I did was self-publish my book using Publish, the proven path from blank page to publish author by Chandler. And so Chandler, if you're watching this, thank you very much. This is an amazing book, and I can only thank you. And I know you also have Book Launch, guys. I haven't read Book Launch. I think it's just an ebook version. But when I got this book, it was kind of an eye-opener. So there are 4 main sections when it comes to creating your book. And the first section is establishing a foundation of why, removing your false beliefs, and it's being able to run topics and who your target audience is for your book. And the cool thing is that with this book you get a lot of resources. You also get the audio book for free, and I highly recommend you check it out, because even if you don't want the book itself, you'll get the audio book for free, which is really great because not everybody learns the same. If you want to do resources, it has a whole bunch of resources. I'll also put a link down for the self-publishing school. That is Chandler Bolt's program that allows you to go from blank page to published author, or maybe you're an author and you need to grow your list. But nonetheless, this is by no way an endorsement. This is just literally how I used a book as a guide and a mentorship to create my book. But going from there, the next step, or after the first section is, of course, laying the foundation, removing your false beliefs, figuring out your target audience or your target market, and mind mapping topics of what is it exactly that I need people to get. So it's really cool with those resources. The second step is a 30-day writing challenge. Now, I probably finished my book, I want to say, in like 2 weekends, but because I was constantly debating with myself, oh, this is not going to be a good book, this is not going to be a good book, it ended up becoming my New Year's resolution from like November up until, I want to say, June. So what could have taken literally a month ended up being like 8 months. Guys, just understand that when you write your book, it's not going to be perfect. Your first book is going to suck. Just admit it. It's not going to be perfect. You're going to edit, and you never publish. Just publish it. So the second section of Publish is the 30-day writing challenge. Just write on the weekends, just write, or get up early in the morning like I did. I got up every day at 5 o'clock in the morning to spend an hour of quiet time on my book. Write. The night before, I would kind of do a little mind mapping, a little brain, my sections, and then mine. I self-edited pretty much everything. I had a couple of proofreaders for the second draft, and then I self-edited it again. And then literally the day of, I content edited it. Guys, just publish the book once you're done. It's not going to be perfect, but the minute you hit publish, it's going to feel almost the best fulfilling thing ever. But if you're going to do content copy editing in terms of the book content itself, it should take about 3 weeks. For me, I kept on postponing. Guys, if you're going to work with an editor, no, you're probably going to spend about $1,000 or less doing the cover, doing the copy editing, doing the content editing, and doing the proofing. But you have to understand that don't invest 10 grand and you never publish your book. So that is one of the key factors in the second section, is to just get it out there. The third section is going to be the marketing stuff, the pre-launch week and your launch week. Now, there's different platforms you can take. You could use CreateSpace, Amazon, Barnes & Noble. In terms of your ISBN, whether you're just going to use Amazon or if you're going to use the Barnes & Noble or CreateSpace or self-publish, it really doesn't matter. It's all depending on your preference. I have my stuff through Amazon, and I'm still trying to figure out if I want to get an ISBN number. I don't know yet. But just to give you an idea, it depends on how wide of a range you want to expand your book. So just consider that in mind. When it comes to launching your book, if you want to give people a free summary video or a free audio book or a free chapter to your book, that would be a way for you to grip. Oh, that would be a way for you to grow and build your email list. So if you have a freebie and opt-in, that's just how you can provide value, saying, hey, I'm writing a book, I would appreciate your support, and so on and so forth. The next thing too is if you build a launch team, because you can't really grow by yourself. Other people need to understand that. You need to be able to outreach to people you think that this is going to relate to. So just going from there, it's going to teach you everything about marketing from start to finish. And then on the back end of stuff, it's following up with people, having goals for reviews on Amazon or Barnes & Noble or wherever it is that you want to do it. Also, too, the thing when it comes to the back end is asking for reviews, letting people know your goals. And if you can offer more value, that's kind of one of the things this goes over. So just bear that in mind. And it's just, after you've hit that publish button, you can literally say that you're an author. And nobody cares if you have grammatical mistakes. You're going to have grammatical mistakes. You're going to have a few run-on sentences. It's not going to be perfect. Hell, it's a self-published book. Like, you can only expect so much from yourself, self-published, but again, you're human, you're bound to make mistakes, and even the editors that you work with are bound to make mistakes. Nobody's perfect, but you have to live on imperfect action. That's why I named my book A Perfectly Imperfect Guide, because I know as much as I believed in the content, the little errors should not have mattered. So just bear that in mind, guys. Now, in terms of that, a couple of other resources that I used was like Facebook groups, LinkedIn groups. I outreach to people, having podcasts, collaborating with other people, hearing their end. So there's a lot you can do, and this book is one hell of a resource that I recommend anybody to check out. Going from there, that's just kind of something I want to let you know. After you've done that, you're gonna have a lot of reviews. You're gonna have some negative feedback. But guys, just make sure that when you publish your book, just sit and reminisce in the fact that now you can say you're an author. But what you have to ask yourself is, what do you want out of the book? For me, I've always said that if you want to build a platform of authority, go ahead and write a book. Something that you're an expert about. Something that is like, people need to know this. Yes, there may be some books related to it, but it's that one subject that's going to allow you to get someone to the next level. Because at the end of the day, the book isn't for you. The book is for somebody else. So just know that. But nonetheless, guys, a couple of the other resources that I use is Reedsy, Reedsy. It's a platform to kind of actually typeset your manuscript and your book. You can find a whole bunch of freelancers there, content editing, copy editing, graphic design, all that good stuff. The second resource I used was Fiverr for other freelancers. It's another freelancing site that I use primarily for like the proofing, the reading, my graphic design. It just really depends, guys. I highly recommend you check both those out when you're looking for outsourcing your freelancing work, and don't skimp on quality. That's the one thing I do tell you, is don't skip on quality. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, leave a comment below. If you haven't already checked out my book, links will be down in the description. Guys, thank you very much for tuning in. Until next time, stay tuned. Take care. Oh, and by the way, to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Now I'm on LinkedIn at Grey House Consult and Grey House Co. Now I'll see you next time.